Hey guys, it's Bashful Burden Games here, and let me let you guys in on a little bit of a secret. My entire life has been plagued by debilitating shyness. Ever since I was a wee boy, I had trouble building up the courage to speak to others. I wasn't even able to speak to my own mother until I was 8, and it got worse and worse when in high school and college, I was voted least likely to interact with another human. And I'm a nice and sweet guy when you get to know me. Trust me. The only thing that's ever helped me overcome this issue is a little bit of the old liquid courage. I go from quaking in my boots at even the thought of uttering a syllable to another human-like creature, to the most outgoing and fun guy at the function with just a few drops of this stuff. This combined with my love of video games is why barcades are the perfect thing to get a guy like me who's terrified of any sort of interaction out of their shell.
Arcade games aren't really something that I got into while growing up, aside from going to Chuck E. Cheese or playing one at a movie theater here and there. I almost always would rather just play one of my consoles at home. And on top of that, I had no money to play more than once usually, and my feeble mind couldn't figure these games out quick enough. I think growing up in the GameCube and PS2 era also played a large role in this. Gaming was more about beating levels or exploring new areas to me than beating a high score. It's something that I respect, but it never really clicked with me. This meant that I never truly had the experience of just grinding a game until I got the highest possible score I could. And to this day I still haven't. But some recent experiences have made me appreciate arcade games more. A few months ago I went to a barcade with my lovely girlfriend and I had an absolute blast. The atmosphere was just fantastic. The room was lit up with arcade cabinets and neon lighting as far as the eye could see. And there was no shot of me running out of tokens with my fat stacks of adult cash. So we could just play whatever goofy, silly games we wanted. On top of that, adding the social aspect made it a lot more exciting to me, and it was great to engage in a little bit of friendly competition. There's nothing like tweaking out on a few vodka Red Bulls while playing Dig Dug. But during my existential Dig Dug session, I had an epiphany. I've got a PlayStation 2 at home that is capable of playing a horrifying fever dream of a game that has Dig Dug lurking within its walls.
I don't even have to pay 25 cents to play it.
This game was always something that lived in the back of my mind, but for the longest time I barely knew if it was a real memory or a fever dream. That was until one fateful night, I got recommended a video of a long play of it on YouTube and everything came flooding back. This had to be one of the first games I had ever played when I was like 7, and it has sat here biding its time in my brain for years and years until it finally decided to rear its ugly head again. Needless to say, this YouTube video convinced me to immediately purchase it on eBay so that I could experience it once more. And after safely Ubering home after an amazing night of great vibes in Galaxian, my girlfriend and I got home and I couldn't shake the feeling of wanting to boot this game up for the first time since I was a kid. So there I sat in the darkness with the room only illuminated by the PlayStation while I was still feeling a bit tipsy from the barcade. Little did I know, I was about to embark on a tour of Namco Museum 3. And let me tell you, it was an interesting experience. The game starts off with a quick warning telling you that there's no smoking or touching exhibits in the museum. Easy enough rules, I guess. And with that I'm off to explore. The game is essentially a compilation of old Namco arcade games connected by an overworld. But this overworld just happens to be a museum about the history of Namco games up to about 1996 that takes place in the afterlife. There's just this feeling throughout that makes me feel like I passed away 36 years ago.
And maybe I have.
I think it's a combination of the music being way more atmospheric than I'd ever expected to be, and the surreal and vibrant looking PS1 visuals that almost give me an LSD Dream Emulator type vibe. I swear I've had fever dreams as a kid taking place in the Namco Museum Theater. And before you get into each arcade game, you get this crazy ass over the top introduction, and then you walk up to the cabinet and when you start playing it says whatever the fuck this is. Truly an experience like no other, and games like this are why I love the PS1 so much. It makes me feel like I'll be walking through this museum for all of eternity until I forget who I am and when I started walking. I will become an egoless husk, taking the form as a museum tourist. I will begin...
Wait, is that what it looks like? Is that what it looks like? Wait, what are you gonna do to me? What are you gonna do?
This is the record shop. Here you can keep track of all your high scores. The library has all sorts of information from our history. You'll have plenty of time to look through it.
Where am I? Look familiar? This is where your life began, this is where your life is ending. Just because it was stationed there. But don't be sad, the theater is
always playing something. And remember, no smoking.
Wake up the store, take a dream.
But during my existential dig, I had
Am I gonna get out? That went by fast. You must have been having such a good time. Soon you won't know when your last Big Dead game began and when your last Big Dead game ended.
Miss Wackerman.
There's anything to go through.
Miss Wackerman.
What am I doing here?
Miss Wackerman.
Beautiful, isn't it? You come to realize that being stuck here isn't so bad. We are very gracious to give you a space like this despite all your mistakes and sins. By the way, enjoy that game of relaxing. Didn't just the sight of our supreme leader come from you? When I feel lost in this museum, I just take one gaze at our leader, and I realize that everything's right.
Okay, seriously though, what must I do?
That's right. You're being observed by the finest team of scientists around the clock. Doesn't that make you feel safe?
And then you walk up to the cabinet and you start playing it says whatever the fuck it says, whatever the fuck. And then you walk up to the cabinet and you start playing it says whatever the fuck it says, whatever the fuck. And then you walk up and start playing it says whatever the fuck you start playing it and you start playing it says whatever the fuck. And then you walk up and then you walk up to the cabinet and you start playing it says whatever the fuck it says, whatever the fuck it says, whatever.
Congratulations. You finished the last area of the code. Is that a cue I see? Don't be sad. You'll have an entire retirement of experiences again. And by then you will have learned from the mistakes you've made.
Get me out of here. Please help. 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 Get me out of here. Help. Please help. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Please help. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Please help. Get me out of here. Please help. Get me out of here, please help, help.
Well, if you want help, this place is very perfect. And also, don't forget Bashful Burden Games.